Gaddafi gone, now they want Traoré gone too. Because both men dared to do the same thing, free Africa. Muammar Gaddafi wasn't just a leader. He was a lion. Not perfect, but powerful. He ruled Libya with strength, yes. But behind the bold speeches and military uniforms, Gaddafi carried a vision, one that could have changed the course of Africa forever. Ibrahim Traoré is just a young man, a soldier, a son of the soil. But today, he stands in the same fire Gaddafi once walked through. He too is shouting no to foreign powers. He too is dreaming of a continent that owns itself. And just like they once did to Gaddafi, the same whispers now rise around Traoré: he must go. But why? What is it about strong African leaders that makes the world so uncomfortable? Why does the West label them dangerous, dictators, madmen, only when they try to break free? This is the story they never wanted you to hear. The story of how one man, one dream, and one golden idea nearly shook the world. And how that dream is rising again. To understand today's Africa, we must go back to 2011. Gaddafi was no saint. But he was no fool either. He saw how Africa was being played, how its wealth was being stolen in plain sight. Countries rich in gold, oil, and diamonds, yet still begging for aid. He asked the one question no one in power wanted to hear. What if Africa stopped using Western money? He had a plan. It was dangerous, not to Africans, but to the Western systems built on African suffering. The plan was simple but powerful. Replace the US dollar and the French CFA franc in African trade. Instead, create a new African currency, backed by real gold. He called it the gold dinar. Oil would be sold in this currency. Trade would flow through Africa, from African hands to African pockets. No more begging. No more debt traps. No more invisible chains. He started speaking to African leaders. Some were afraid. But many listened. Libya had one of the largest gold reserves in Africa. Gaddafi said, let's use it. Let's rise. The African Union started warming to the idea. Quiet meetings were held. Documents were drafted. A few brave leaders agreed to join. Then came the silence before the storm. Suddenly, Western leaders said Gaddafi was dangerous. They said he was killing his people. They said he had to go, for peace, they claimed. For human rights. For democracy. But the real reason? He was waking Africa up. And they feared what a wide-awake Africa could do. So they bombed. NATO forces rained missiles over Libya. Cities crumbled. Chaos spread. And finally, they found him hiding. They humiliated him. Beat him. Dragged him through the dirt. Like they wanted to teach a lesson, never try to set Africa free. The gold dinar died with him. But the truth did not. People began to ask, why were they so quick to silence him? Why were countries like France and the US so involved in his fall? And slowly, the truth surfaced. He wasn't silenced because he was a dictator. He was silenced because he was a disruptor. He disrupted a game the West had been winning for too long. A game where Africa gives everything and receives nothing. A game where control is hidden behind loans, media, and smiles. Today, that same fear is rising again, because Ibrahim Traoré is doing what few have dared since Gaddafi. He has told France to leave. He has rejected foreign military bases. He has said Africa must feed itself, defend itself, and speak for itself. And the same whispers have started again: he's too bold. He's dangerous. He must be removed. But Traoré is not backing down. And this time, Africa is watching. From Mali to Niger, from Chad to Guinea, young Africans are rising. They are tired of being puppets. Tired of carrying passports to go home. Tired of working hard only to enrich people thousands of miles away. We know what happened to Gaddafi. We know why they silenced Thomas Sankara. We know why they hate Traore. And we won't be fooled again. The Western powers say they care about Africa. But where were they when schools had no roofs? Where were they when hospitals had no drugs? Where were they when our leaders looted our futures? They were silent, until someone said no. And now, once again, they want to reset the game. But Africa is not sleeping anymore. We are the youngest continent on Earth. We are the richest in resources. We have the power to change the world, but first, we must change how we see ourselves. Gaddafi tried. He didn't succeed. But his dream planted a seed. That seed is now growing in Burkina Faso. It's growing in every African child who asks, why can't we build our own future? It's growing in every youth that refuses to be used. In every farmer who wants fair prices. In every mother who wants clean water. This is not just about politics. It's about identity. It's about freedom. It's about reclaiming what has always been ours. So, I leave you with this. What do you think? Was Gaddafi really the enemy? Or was he building a free Africa? Do you believe Traore and others will succeed? Or will they face the same fate? What should Africa do now? Speak your truth in the comments. In English, Swahili, Yoruba, Zulu, Amharic, Hausa, Wolof, whichever language speaks to your soul. Because Africa must speak now, or forever be silenced. Africa is awake. And this time, we are not going back to sleep. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. The world may not listen, but Africa will.